everyone, my name is Monica and I'm the Community Outreach Coordinator.
I'm Chelsea and I'm the Financial Specialist.
I'm Preston, I'm the Community Service Project Manager.
And I'm Savannah and I'm our PR Specialist. So today I want to ask you guys a question about the elephant in the room. Can you notice a difference between one of us up here? Yeah, all right. Can you come up here real quick?
Yeah.
So can you tell us why you're wearing this sweatshirt?
Well, I don't have a suit jacket.
You don't have a suit jacket. Okay, well, this immediately puts the influence down for him. You see him and you think, okay, well, he's underprepared. But is that the real reason? He's not underprepared, he just doesn't have a jacket, right? His influence dropped. He is less credible because of his outfit. He's less credible because of his outfit, and he's less likely to be hired for a job because of his outfit. You probably wouldn't trust him as much, right? Now let me add this on top. He's an ex-con. All right, you can go ahead and say. So that puts the impression on him, right? Your impression of him just dropped to the floor. You're like, oh, there's no way I would ever touch him with a 9-foot pole, right? Well, now he's in a suit jacket. Now, although he's an ex-con, your impression of him went up a little bit. He's a little more credible. You're a little more likely to believe him now, right? Well, this is the heart behind our project. Here at J. Crew Gives Back, our goal is to provide clothing, grooming, and transportation to ex-cons, because when they're released from prison, they aren't given very much. We expect this to help welcome them back to society, to increase their chances of getting a job, and to improve their self-confidence. Now I'm going to pass it on to Chelsea.
Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about the purpose and the problem. So basically, the purpose we're going to be doing this is to help these men get back on their feet, get a steady paying job, give them a fair chance at being successful again, because as you can see in this graph, it's significantly harder to get a job now being an ex-con than it was to get a job during the Great Depression, which is just detrimental, and it's really sad. And then the problem, obviously, it's very difficult being an ex-con getting a job, and we want to do our part in helping these men be successful again. The background, the what, and the why. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be providing these men with suits and shoes. We'll be stocking shelters. We'll be providing them with transportation. We've partnered with Lyft. And then we will be also providing grooming and haircuts so that they can look and feel their best. And then I'll pass it over to Monica.
Thank you. So when a man is released from the Texas prison, they only get 3 things. So they get $100, a bus ticket, and an ill-fitting pair of clothes. And they're expected to restart their lives. A lot of them actually lose contact with their families, or they don't have enough support to find appropriate clothing and basically restart their lives. So a lot of these men fall back into their criminal lives, or they go into poverty. So the reason why we're partnering with the transition homes is to help provide these men with the tools and resources that they need to be successful. So that way they don't have to worry about spending their own money to look good, and actually it helps level their chances of getting an actual job and becoming productive members of society. So we're partnering with these local transition homes to identify our target audience, which is these men released from prison, and we will have a shared clothes closet in each of these locations. These men are more than welcome to get any suits, shirts, pants, casual and professional, to go to their work or to go to their interview. And if they actually get their jobs, they get to keep those clothes as an incentive. They're also getting weekly grooming and haircuts, and they will also be, we're partnering with Lyft. So each of these transition homes has an account, and they're able to use that for transportation from the transition home to their job interviews and then back. And then also, to measure the impact of our whole project, we're going to be doing a recidivism study where we analyze the success of these men after 3 years from their release. So our transition home partners will provide us with their information, their employment status, and we'll be able to analyze if this was successful or not, and then implement this in other regions. So for this to be successful, we want to have a lower rate than the national average, which is 68%. So if we get that, then it means it's successful. So just an overview of our project schedule and donations. So the project will start in March 2020, and we want to do clothing drop-off restocks at these transition homes every spring. And then we're going to have dry cleaning services weekly, just to keep the condition of these clothes well until we restock them. And then grooming and haircut will be weekly. Transportation will be on a need basis, and our recidivism case study will be done after a cycle of 3 years. And I'm passing on to Savannah.
Okay, so we have a lead team and an intermediate team. For our lead team, you've already met us. We have our community outreach coordinator. Now she's in charge of reaching out to all of our partners and connecting us with them and ensuring our services with them. She will be responsible for any questions regarding that area. We have our financial specialist. She was in charge of calculating all of our data, putting it into our budget, and making sure we have enough funds to go around for our project. We have our community service project manager. Now he oversees everything. He's in charge of the oversight. Any of the big major decisions will always run through him. The little questions will eventually get up to him just to get the A-OK. And lastly, we have the PR manager. I'm in charge of our relations with the public, and I ensure that our image is presented well and through the project that we are seen as good, because that's the ultimate goal of our project. And for our intermediate team, we have a staff of interns, assistants. We also have groomers and drivers for our lift. Everyone will get background checks in these positions just to ensure that we're working with the correct people. We will have hairstylists who will come and work with our crew. And lastly, we will have intermediate project managers. And I'm gonna pass it back to Chelsea.
Okay, so I'm gonna go over just a quick overview of our budget. So overall, we're gonna be spending about $500,000 on Lyft. We have credits open so that each of these transition homes can provide transportation to and from job interviews. We have $2 million allocated for students' shoes so that these houses can have lots of options, different sizes, colors, whatever. The grooming and haircuts, we have $1 million allocated for that so these men can weekly be groomed, cut, look their best, feel their best. And then dry cleaning so that these suits can be maintained and that they can get their last. And then even more broken down, here we have a budget. It shows price for each person of how much it's going to cost for haircuts, suits, a Lyft ride, potentially. And then the overall cost for the estimate of 1,900 people in the Dallas area.
Okay, so after all of that, the main ideas that we want you to take away is we at J.Crew, we believe in second chances. We believe that not everyone should be defined by one mistake, one action. So we really want to help these people get back into society and become productive members of society, because a lot of times they don't get that chance. So the first thing we're going to do is just the physical, donating J.Crew clothes. That's something that's easy. The margins on our clothes are pretty big, so giving away some stuff wouldn't make that big a dent in our bottom line, and that gives these men this confidence that they need to go into these job interviews. But after that, we want to be more than just clothes. We want to be these men's hope. We want to help them get jobs. We want to help the community improve itself so that there's less crime. These men become productive members of society again. And we really just want to kind of help the Dallas community grow and get better. And if y'all have any questions, we'd love to answer them right now.